guys, it's your gal Mal Pal here, and today I have brought you a build that I absolutely love. I've been wanting to do kind of a garden center for a while, so here's my version of a garden center. There's lots of ideas out there, and I was looking at a couple to get some inspiration, and they all were really great. I just wanted to kind of do like more of a rec center slash garden center type of thing, plus also like a retail center. It's kind of a lot of stuff all in one build, but I love how it came out, so hopefully you guys did too. So let's get into the speed builds. Okay, so I made the critical error of doing a diagonal build. Probably the worst thing I've ever done. It was so difficult trying to get all the angles fixed and all the things put in there at the angles. It was absolutely awful. But it was fun. It was a good challenge for me, so I liked it a lot. It was just really hard. Like, I don't know if I'm up to do a diagonal build for quite a while. But I was just trying to figure out, I really liked those frosted doors from City and Living, the ones with like the lace patterns almost. I really liked those, so I wanted to try to incorporate those. I just didn't know how. And then I really wanted to try to create like a stalled bathroom. But again, with the angles, it was so difficult, you guys. You don't even understand. It was so hard. I couldn't figure out how to get anything in there and the angles that I wanted, how I wanted doors to go. Just things just were not working. Like you can see me adjusting the toilets because I was just annoyed that they were like clicking on to certain areas because they just didn't look good. I also couldn't figure out the mirrors right here. It was a struggle. I actually struggled quite a bit with this build. It probably doesn't look like it, honestly, but I really did. I struggled a good amount, but I'm happy I did it. I think it came out really great, so hopefully you guys did too, or do too. And so I wanted to try to do 3 sinks, but again, with the curve, with the angles, and it just would not work. And so I was just gonna just say whatever and just be okay with it. And so I just kind of did what I could and tried my best at this point. I also really wanted to do a ton of windows. I wanted it to be bright and airy because that bathroom took up a huge section actually, and you can't technically really have a ton of windows in bathrooms. You just have to put drapes on them, and I just was not in the mood to deal with the drapes because me and drapes do not get super along. But I also wanted to try to put like a little seating area with like some books and stuff, like some bookshelves. I forgot about the bookshelf until much later, you'll see. But I wanted to try to do a little seating area so that way like the people could come in and relax, grab a pastry from the little bakery I'm about to put in, and just kind of like relax and like look at the windows and just relax a little bit while they're in the little garden rec center area, which I really liked how it came out. I really wanted to try to do more of a modern build. I was not able to do that with my last build. It was the color challenge, which I loved, and I actually really want to do every color that The Sims offers. I just wanted to try to do something more modern, more my taste, and just kind of try that out. I also really struggled with the kitchen, if you can't tell. I was like, I don't know what's gonna go in where, and I'm so frustrated. I actually had to take a little break. I don't know, you guys probably won't be able to tell because I kind of pieced it together and edited it, so you guys wouldn't be able to tell too much. I was just getting so frustrated because I just didn't know where things wanted to go. Like the windows weren't clicking on correctly. They were looking like they were gonna black out some of the window for putting it in there, so. But the kitchen I thought came out pretty nice overall. I do like those countertops from Realm of Magic. I think those are super pretty. I used actually a lot of the stuff from Realm of Magic. I really like how it came out. It is very modern, even though a lot of Realm of Magic stuff is actually not. But if you choose the white color, it actually comes out super modern and pretty. Again, one of the wallpapers from Realm of Magic I really liked, and I like forgot lighting in the bathroom for so long. You guys will see. I eventually put it in there, but I totally forgot. I also really like those chandeliers from Realm of Magic. They are a little low hanging for my taste, but I thought they really matched perfectly with kind of the look I was going for. And then I so struggled with rugs. I could not figure out the curves, I could not figure out the angles. I'm never doing a diagonal build ever again. It was so hard, you guys. It's definitely a challenge. So if you want a challenge for your builds, I would recommend it. There's me struggling with the drapes. But I would recommend it if you do want to have a challenge with your builds. I really do recommend it because it was so difficult trying to figure out where things went and how I wanted things to go and how far I wanted them to go. It was very difficult. I do follow this one simmer on YouTube, however, and she did a diagonal build house challenge, and I just kind of made how I always do my builds is I just kind of start using the build tool and make a shape that I like, and then I just kind of go with it. I'll add on if I want or take away, it just kind of depends. But I just thought the diagonal was really pretty, and so I just did it, and I didn't mean to do a diagonal build challenge, but here we are. I finally found a rug that I liked. Thank God. I was literally pulling my hair out trying to find a rug that was going to fit this diagonal build. I also really like that artwork from City Living. I think it's so pretty. I love how much they like incorporated the Asian cultures and stuff like that in that pack. Thought it was super pretty. And some of my favorite artwork to use when I'm building. And then here I am getting into the actual garden center. That was more like the rec center, like bakery area-ish. Here's me finally putting the lights in the bathroom. Don't know why I didn't do that until just now, but that's fine. And so I put the lights in, and I really like that flooring from Vampires too. And then I really didn't like that color of the wallpaper, so I kind of switched that around. But this is actual garden center, and then I know you guys are probably freaked. That fountain didn't just appear. I did that off camera, and I absolutely hated it. You're going to see. I'm going to delete it here in a minute. So I edited that out because I'm going to edit that out of my build anyway. I was really struggling to kind of figure out the shape that I wanted for my garden center, and then I also was struggling with the size. I wanted a large garden center so that way you could have kind of a retail center. You could also have, oh, there's me finally putting the bookshelf in. And then I couldn't figure out the door because I wanted like a 3-pace door, and then I couldn't fit it, so then I did a 2-pace, and then it just looked funky, so I had to move that around. And here's me struggling with my fountain again. That thing was driving me up a wall, and it just wasn't lining up, and I didn't like any of it. I didn't like any of that flooring. I didn't like any of that. So I do really, however, like those lights from City Living as well. I use a lot of City Living and Realm of Magic in this build, but you'll see this is me like just getting so frustrated, and I just was like, I'm over it, and I'm gonna just delete it, and I just can't deal with it. So I just deleted it, and I was just kind of over it. And then I wanted to try to do an outdoor garden area, and I just also didn't like the placement of that, so I was struggling with that, struggling with the fencing. This was a really tough build for me, and I don't know exactly why, but I think overall it came out pretty good. I think when I have an easy build, I get a little worried that it's not going to come out super amazing because I didn't struggle to make it. So when I do get a build that I do struggle a little bit to figure out my plan, to figure out where I want things to go, it's either going to go 50-50 shot, it's either going to be super great, or I'm going to just scrap it and be really sad. But I didn't want to give up on this because I really do love the idea of this. I love the idea of rec centers, like public lots, because I was usually just building more, households and stuff like that. I wasn't building public lots. I just recently started getting into that again. So I wanted to try to build, this kind of center and just kind of see where it went. I finally figured out the door for my garden center. Thank God. I was literally so annoyed because I couldn't figure it out. And then I was like, well, what if I just jut it out? Because I also was thinking it was looking way too square. One of the simmers that I follow on YouTube, that I subscribe to on YouTube, they play a lot with different angles and different shapes of houses, and what they said is you just use the build tool and create some squares and see how it goes, and you just delete and you redo it or whatnot. So I really like the idea of that, so I kind of followed that advice. I did see this fountain idea running through the middle of a garden, actually just a Google search for a garden center, and I really liked it, and I'm really glad with the way that turned out. I think that looks super great, and I love the fountain effects. I actually don't play with fountains a lot, and I think I'm going to try to get back into the fountain realm because I actually really love the way that that fountain turned out. I think it looks really good. Um, and this is me just struggling, trying to figure out things that I want to put out there. And I also wanted to try to leave some room for like trees when you plant trees, like apple trees and lemon trees and things like that. But I just kind of liked the way that it looked with just the garden beds. So you can put the stuff like the apple trees and whatnot wherever you want in the builds. So I just wanted the garden beds. I just thought that looked really pretty. I also, in case you guys didn't notice, I kind of had a red theme going on in this build. So when I found that tree from Island Living, I know I wanted to incorporate it. I also finally figured out that I wanted the kids stuff, like the kids area, to go over there, mainly because that little window off of where the bookshelf is and the seating area, so that way the parents could be sitting in there and watching their kiddos play. Another thing that I really don't like, the one of the only things about the Island Living Pack that I don't like is that they have that really pretty kind of bamboo-ish fence. I don't even know what to call it. And then they don't have a gate that matches, and it's so frustrating. And they probably built it just thinking that they were going to do that for like the guardrails off of like a dock. But I just really wish that they would have had a gate that matched that because I think that fencing is so cute and I use it a lot. I also love the ivy. I just think it's so pretty, and so I try to incorporate that a lot into my builds. Um, and then here I am changing. I've gotten into a really bad habit of placing a ton of items and then going back through halfway through my build and being like, I actually don't like that, and then have to change the look of all of the different items. So I'm trying to not do that anymore because it's kind of a pain to go back through everything, especially when it's like little things like garden beds. And then I also, a fun fact about this build, I actually found like a ton of these cute little gnomes actually in the hidden objects cheat, and I just kind of wanted to place them throughout. So there's two gnomes, and I think my thing now is flamingos. I love the flamingos in this game, so there's a flamingo that I have not revealed to you guys unless you watch this build very, very closely where I put it. But let me know in the comments below if you find that flamingo is somewhere outside. I will let you guys know that. I also really like these lights from City Living. I didn't incorporate them into the one color build challenge, so I wanted to try to put them into this one because I just think they're so cute. And I absolutely love them. And they just add like a cute little like porchy vibe into the build, even though it's more of a community center. But I really liked that. And again, those lights I just loved from City Living. And then, just putting lights throughout. I couldn't find a light that I liked for the kid area, but, they'll be fine. They have the lights above them with the little City Living lights, so I figured it's fine. I also really like that light from the Seasons pack that I put above the grill. I think it's super pretty, and I love to use that one. I think it just matches a lot, especially if you're doing a modern but rustic-y build. So I do like that. I just love that gnome riding that flamingo. That's so cute. So I had to incorporate that. And again, me with those City Living portraits, those wall art I put in the bathroom as well. So here's just kind of a couple finishing touches. I'm just putting, some outdoor things now, trying to spruce up the place. I do love those trees from the Island Living pack, but I know I've incorporated that in my last couple builds. So I'm going to try to do something else. Whenever I do an aspen tree, I always size down two of the trees a couple of times to make it look realistic because aspen trees all grow in like one little area from one aspen tree. So I wanted to try to do that. I also love making a whole wall of different bushes and things. I think that's super pretty. And I also kind of wanted to try to put some more of the rustic vibes with that wall art from the Get to Work pack. I also really love, I can't think of the name, that grass that I was just playing with just now from Island Living. I think it adds such a pretty vibe, and it also looks really good. It just looks like grass compared to the green grass that's under the outdoor tools. So I wanted to try to incorporate that a lot. I just think that looks really pretty. So I am going to go and do the roof and do some outdoor things by my own just because I know I take forever. So here is my walkthrough. I do love that tree. I realized when I was doing the walkthrough that it's kind of right in the middle of where the register is. I just think all of that red just looks so pretty. There's the kitchen. I also really love the way that little seating area turned out. I didn't think I'd like it because I thought it was kind of wasted space, but bathroom. I really don't like the bathroom too much because it was just, I had to put a bathroom in there, obviously, and I just couldn't really figure out the spacing, and I also wasted so much time trying to figure out where to put those dang toilets. Ugh. And so here's the little seating area. I went back into the house, as you'll see in a second, to show you what I was trying to accomplish with putting the kids area right there. That when they're sitting in the waiting, like the little seating area, they can watch their kiddos playing in the kid area, which I thought was really cute. So here's the outdoor area. I did want, it's so cute, the flamingo with the gnome. Oh, so cute. But I wanted to do the fire pit from Island Living and another gnome. So cute, little waiter gnome. Adorable. So I wanted to do that because I thought that'd be a really cute like gathering area and the little kid area. So cute. I love that swing set with the rainbow on it. So cute. Garden area, nothing super crazy with this one just because nothing's growing. And then all the displays to sell things. I haven't obviously put anything on there yet, but I'm going to. I'm super excited to play with this build. It is playable. I did check. And then I just put some easels out there for some arts. So I thought that'd be a pretty view of the garden area. And then the fountain. Oh, I love that fountain so much. I think it's so pretty. And I did add that bench underneath that red tree. I thought that would be super cute. I have not played that. I don't think that's playable because it is underneath that tree. But I did want to put that because I just thought that would be really cute. This build is downloadable on the gallery. My name on the gallery is MalPal623, so definitely check it out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to see my build, and stay tuned for all of my upcoming videos.